How we doing, people? Tonight, I want to show you what we got here. We've got the WEN. It's a construction zone plate compactor, and we got this off Amazon. Let's take a look at it, and we'll go over some of the specs. As you can see, it's a 212 cc unit. And it's got a nice gas cap. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's hard to get the gas cap off because it's right underneath the lift bar. But we're not seeing that it's that hard. It looks like our Patches is trying to figure out what's going on here. Patches, that's not for you. He will play with anything if you let him. Well, we don't mind Patches, and we let them hang out in the garage because, you know, we don't have any mice or snakes or anything with Patches. Patches says the situation is he has to check everything out, and he tries to chew on everything, as you can see. Don't eat that. But that's the situation we got going on here. We've got the WEN plate compactor, and as you can see, a lot of them have just this plate here, this thin plate. This one actually has a welded upper plate on it that connects it, and it's much heavier. Let's take a look at some of the specs on this unit. Let's take a look at what we got here. I got the manual out. It tells you, it's a pretty nice manual. It tells you pretty much about it. So what we've got here is the WEN plate compactor. It's the model 56035M or the 56035T. So we bought this off Amazon. It gives you a little list here to keep track of when you change your service records. And let's see here. I was reading it somewhere in here. It gives you the specs on it. So it wants you to use a 30 weight, straight 30 weight oil when temperatures above 40, and then you go ahead and use a 5W30 or 10W30 at below 0 to 40 degrees, and then if you're below 40 degrees or synthetic, you can use synthetic if it's also below 40, but I don't think you're going to be tamping much in them conditions anyway. But so it takes 20 full ounces right there of engine oil, and what we did was we used I went over to Lowe's and got I went over in the automotive section and I didn't see it, the straight 30, but when I got over to the small engines and little mowers and stuff, I seen this. And this was a 4-cylinder straight 30. It was about $7, and it's exactly 20 ounces. Now, there was another brand. It was more of a name brand for, I want to say it was $12. It was almost double for the name brand. But you know what? At the end of the day, you know, as long as you change your oil, I think you'll be okay. And this does say it's a Pro Select Premium oil. So if you believe that. But as you can see, it's got the air filter, it's got the choke lever, the recoil, the oil dipstick, the base, the lifting handles. That is another reason why I noticed this here. It's got the lifting handles on both sides, so if you have two people, you could even, what I've used to do in the past when I did road work, is you can slide a 2x4 through there. And then one guy can get on the other side, another 2x4 there, and you can actually pick it up with that as well. And if you don't have that, look what we have here. We have a lift eye, people. So if you're maybe wanting to put this down into a gut with footers that's already been cut out, you don't have to try to struggle and wreck what you've done. You can go ahead and use the excavator or a bobcat or something, and you can hook up onto that with a sling and set it down in there. The other thing I wanted to tell you, it tells you that there's no oil in it when they ship it, which is fine. And then it tells you basically to check all your items, make sure everything's good. It gives you an engine break-in. Right here it tells you about an engine break-in oil or procedure. Okay, it says after the first 8 hours of operation, change the oil. And then change it after 25 hours of operation. So after 8 hours of running it, we'll keep track of it. We'll go ahead and we'll dump the oil out of it, and we'll change it out. But it tells you about carbon monoxide. It tells you about the throttle. It gives you even a help number here. Patches, cool it. Cool it. The cat wants to play tonight. Okay, you want to be the star of the show here, I see. Huh? You want to be the star of the show? We found this cat as just a little baby. And he was in the backyard just sitting there as a little bitty baby. And it was in the middle of winter, and we're like, hey, what happened here? We need to go see if that little guy needs some help. So we would feed him on the porch, and he'd come eat, and he would hide out and hang out with us. And now he's ours, I guess, after about 6-8 months now. And we feed him, and he's got his own little house, and he hangs out here in the garage at night and makes sure that no mice or nothing get in the house or do anything like that. But he's got a thick coat on him. All right, we got to get back to the video, Patches. But as you can see, you have a choke here. You have a fuel on-off. And this is your throttle, which is up here. Okay. So you have a throttle that's all the way off or all the way on. And it gives you kind of an indication here. So down would be minimum. All the way up would be your maximum. Again, like I was saying, this one has a lot better some of the features on it. I was doing the research on it and said, hey, what is the situation with this compactor? And what I found out was that there's certain compactors that only have like I want to say a lot of the Vevor ones have. All right, here we go. They have only about 2,200 to 2,500 of compaction force. And if you notice, this one's got 4,496, almost 4,500 pounds of compaction force. And hey, cool it. And compaction pressure, it gives you that. It's double of what the other ones are on Vevor. That's why I didn't get one there. The plate size is a little bit bigger. The other one at Vevor is like 15. And I think the beats per minute is the vibration it's more than the Vevor ones. And this one's 207 pounds. So if you add a gallon of fuel, you're at about 215 pounds fully loaded. It takes 4-stroke oil, 212 displacement, 1 gallon of fuel. I said cool it. Let me get on this video here. 20 ounces of engine oil. We've already went over that. Gives you the spark plug. Gives you the gap. It's not a bad little manual if I can keep it together here without the cat destroying it. But the other thing is, it's really pretty well built. It's got the, let's take the air breather off. I'll show you this. So as you can see, it's got a nice air breather on it. Okay. And you say, well, what are you going to use a compactor for? I mean, what do you got? 1 job, 2 jobs? You know, I find myself more and more every time I turn around, which I do have some projects coming up that I'm going to need this anyway, but I find myself, if I move or clear something, I like to, I've got some sidewalk to put in on the front of the house. I've got some land in the back where I'm going to put my Connex trailers. I've got to compact that once I bring the stone in. And there's quite a little bit of stuff that I actually I'm going to use with it. But the other thing I like about it is the recoil is really, really nice. It's that soft rubber. That's pretty nice. They got a lot of little stuff like this here, like this little wrap that holds the cable in place. All the bolts have nylocks on them. This handle actually folds down for if you wanted to haul it in your. I don't have a car I'm going to haul it in, but you can get the handle folded down. And then here's the other thing I like about this. A lot of the other compactors don't have this, but let's say you're compacting along and then you say, oh, I'm right in the corner, I need to go the other way. You can actually roll this the other way, and then you can basically turn it whatever you need. And then again, it's got the lift point on the top. It's got a really nice hardy muffler system here, and then of course, like I said, it's got the good handles down at the bottom for moving it. And I like that it's got this plate assembly in the center that's a lot more sturdy, and you're going to get a lot less deflection. A lot of the other plate tampers were only like a 1/4 inch. This is more like 3/16. It's much heavier. Or actually, it's like 5/16 rather. It's a little heavier. But it's pretty well built. There's a lot of steel. A lot of good steel, and the engine looks really good. This is a really nice design on the spark plug. It's got the little handle on it. I did check the spark plug to make sure that it was tight. I went over all the little bolts and stuff, making sure it was tight. It's got a really nice rubber soft grip up here. We have had a ton of rain lately, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to get out there and we're going to try it out maybe tomorrow. But when I do that, I'm going to bring you a video that says it's live action. But I notice a lot of the other tampers have a really small unit on them right here. It's a little round unit that makes it's a vibration area that causes it to vibrate. And I got looking online, and there's a lot of issues with them after so many hours. I guess they fail. Where this one is more of it's got it's more of a style like a whacker. If you've ever used a whacker, it's actually a belt driven, and it's a little better design. The whackers are name brand. They're the ones that are. It's probably the best design you're going to get. But this is I believe it's an overhead valve right here. You can see that. It's actually pretty nice. The engine alone is really nice, but the base is really solid. I'm looking at the welds. The welds look really good. And you say to yourself, well, if you didn't buy the $370 one, what did that cost? Well, this one here was about $600 for this one. But, you know, here's the thing. You hate to get something that's $300 or $400 that for another couple hundred you could have got a much better one. This one has the filter and a tank. It's got a lot of nice features that I like. And this one's got a lift point. It's just got a better setup. But the plate itself is what sold me. It's got a better plate system on the bottom. And the actual the vibration assembly on the other side is more of a design that's more of like the whacker. It's a better design. And as we know, the Chinese culture in and of itself steals a lot of intellectual property, and they will take something that is a good design, so to speak, and they'll just remanufacture it and rename it. And at the end of the day, the only person that really wins there is the consumer, because this is probably a $2,000 or $2,500 tamper if you were to spend it, and at the name on the side of it said whacker on it. But this is your boy Bri. I just wanted to update you on that and tell you we do have a compactor. It's capable of about 5,000 foot-pounds of compaction. So we have a little bit better compactor, and we're going to set up for when we get the area ready for the Connex buildings. So we just wanted to touch base with you there and say we have a compactor. That's the update. And if you're in the need and you need one to borrow one or whatever, your boy Bry's not stingy, so hit me up and we'll talk about it. But this is your boy Bry. I've got to get on down the road. Y'all have a good night.